Pennsylvania hills, it has been the home to toughness, to passion, to winning. Welcome to Happy Valley and Beaver Stadium, home to the Penn State Nittany Lions. Coaches like to say, play the next one on the schedule. This one carries a little more weight, a mid-season top 10 showdown. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Wolverines will put toe to leather and will get started. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Offense getting set for first down. He wants to throw. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Didn't get a chance to show off those return skills, but he gives his offense the ball at the 29.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Strong run, picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Michigan. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
And 3rd and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time defense played it great and the play went nowhere.
Boots' first of the day away was called on 4 times in the victory last week. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The margin for error is so small in this conference, it's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
And the Wolverines are rolling down the field. Snap it to the back. Shakes off the tackle.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score a touchdown.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll try to power their way ahead. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. The Wolverines will hustle to the line. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Touchdown Wolverines! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. The whole Penn State legacy is built on toughness, getting it done on the ground, and they pick up a first down.
And you got to start there with the physicality, the ground game, getting that going. That's kind of a Northeast thing, right? Being tough, being physical, bringing that lunch pick.
Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Complete downfield. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains.
It's hard to run a route or get lost near the sidelines and understand exactly where you're at. Nice job understanding I was starting to get close to the sidelines, throttling down a little bit, catching the football, and making sure I was in bounds.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He's looking to throw it. Unloads it left. Fires and picked off. Takes it the other way. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gets rid of it. That's caught. It's McCourty. On the move at the 30. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And the Wolverines are in the hurry-up. Back to the ground game on the left. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Here's the handoff. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Michigan 14, Penn State 0.
They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They're going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. He's going to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. He makes a catch. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a first down.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
Quarterback will audible. Wants to throw on first down. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Back to work on 2nd and 10 from the 41 after that last incompletion. Back to the air one more time. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down. And I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
Off play action on first down. Throws to the wideout. He caught it. And he was dying to push his way in there, but he's knocked down at the 3. And the Nittany Lions headed quickly to the line.
Nittany Lions.
Black 24. Black 24.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in it.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And he added the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
On the ground, it's Marshall. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Fires one high and deep. He caught it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Pulls it in, it's Brown. And they're able to make the tackle.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Got the completion on the last play, still some work to do on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Can't hang on, it's incomplete, and you can't worry about the footsteps when you're running those crossing routes. It'll be third down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. It's caught downfield. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. The Nittany Lions racing to the line in the hurry-up. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They want to just keep throwing it. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. It's complete. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Comes out throwing on first down. Makes the grab. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down.
I'll tell you, for this defense, they're going to have to find a way to bracket this slot receiver because of how athletic he is. They're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
From the gun. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Penn State.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
Getting set for the point after.
On for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. So a drive there of 85 yards, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. They've got it down to a 2-touchdown deficit, trailing by 14 and about to kick it away. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He'll come out throwing on first down. Lets it fly. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Nittany Lions will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He's got great speed. He's on the loose. And there he goes. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Michigan. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Looking to throw on second down. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And these slant routes you throw quick. It's a timing route. You throw 3 million of them to the wide receiver, and most of the time gets his hands up and he catches it, keeps his body in the way. But right there, just lack of focus, lack of concentration, just drops the easy play. He's probably caught that ball 99% of the time it's been thrown to him.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Black 24. Black 24. Timber.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better. Right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there.
When you have a quarterback that's this dynamic, you'd be stupid not to get him outside the pocket. Great job bootlegging to the right. Now I can throw the deep ball, I can throw some crossers, or I can run it and take off. It's really tough to defend. The defense did a good job, but I'm going to continue to do this and use his athletic ability to my advantage.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. And they make the stop just short of the line to gain. Inches to go, it'll be fourth down. The Wolverines want to crank the tempo. They'll try it on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
I got to challenge my guys all throughout the week. When we get in these short yardage situations, who's the bigger man? Who's the better man? Who's going to be more physical? These are the situations we practice all week. Challenge the manhood of the offensive line, and they come through in a big way.
Feeling some heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Quarterback just has to know in that situation, goal to go. If no one's open, you're throwing it away. It's a touchdown or it's nothing. That ball needs to go into the stands.
On the
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Fast motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Awesome job by the defense. Not only getting a fast quarterback on the ground, but understanding what he wants to do. He can take off. I got to make sure I got good pursuit angles, and I got to make sure I build rails. I can't let him outside. I got to keep him in the pocket. He tries to get outside. They get the sack and get the huge loss on that play.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. No good. Missed the field goal, but still up by 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. And that one's incomplete.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming. And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend.
Clear! Cricket! Cut it!
He wants to throw it again. Pulls it in. It's Saunders. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Line getting set on 2nd down. Quarterback checking the play. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Got it in the middle. It's crossed. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Here we go! Longer!
Going up top on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
And that is just the worst feeling as a wide receiver because you're way downfield, you're ready for the big play, but you're just unable to connect. I'm sure he's going to be on the sideline asking for another deep shot opportunity.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Fires into traffic, picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back to its own.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his second pick thrown in this game.
They'll run it on first and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Here's the return from inside his 10. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll try it over the left side. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun, running back on the move. Strong run on a pickup of 5 out to the 15.
Michigan 35, Penn State 21.
Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. He leaves it with the back. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Wolverines will punt it away on 4th down. Running it back, it's Wallace. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the big fella. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And in this situation, late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
325, 691, Gators score.
Off the RPO, complete. Won't back down from anyone. Delivers the blow and gets it to the 29.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. The Nittany Lions come to the line in the hurry-up. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Got it! Touchdown, Penn State! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby! Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese, and this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they are clawing and they are scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all zeros.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive.
Michigan, first 5, Penn State, 28.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense is first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Touch pass on the run. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Strikes the blow. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. One more yard on this second down might just put an exclamation point on this one. They're looking for an advantage to the right. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. The kickoff team out there getting set.
28.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Fires to the middle. He's got it. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. They'll throw it on first down. They're trying to get to him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Ringo! Pound 55 weak. Go!
On second down, wants to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Brown. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. He wants to throw. Fires to the right. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10.
Flex. Gorilla. Set. Hawk. Dino.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. They get to him as he throws. And it's his 4th interception of the night. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing. And you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
Hands it off. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will, throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, you know, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack.